First things first, Kevin Durant with a Game 7 for the ages. How close was he to sending the Bucks home? Devin Booker has the Suns shining. Should they actually be the title favorites? And despite being on the court, Ben Simmons, a no-show for the Sixers last night. Did he cost them this series? Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to First Things First. It is good to be back. Nice. I will say it. I missed you guys. Next time you're coming on vacation with me. That's not true. That's never going to happen. Jenna Wolf, Nick Wright, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Wilds. I'm going to steal the show because I've been gone for a week, and we're going to start right now with Saturday night's big game. Saturday night's big game because, guys, when we've been talking Nets all year as the team to beat, and then they themselves get beat, that's where we got to start. Epic Game 7 Saturday night in Brooklyn. Kevin Durant, 48 points, and that still was not enough to beat the Bucks.
What am I going to do with these?
KD did have a chance to tie it at the end of OT, but the guy just ran out of gas, and you can't blame him. Just short for Brooklyn, a storybook ending to the Big Three's first season falls short. Here was Kevin Durant after the game on the shock of it all.
I wasn't even planning on losing, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even know how I'm going to feel. I'm always thinking about our team and how we can get better and what we could do individually. And, you know, just wait for I don't know, take a few days off, and I don't know, man. I don't know.
We've all worked extremely hard to be in this moment, you know, and I'm not talking about basketball. I'm talking about life, you know, and just being able to be in a position on the road, Game 7, like you watch this growing up on TV and see like the all-time greats going head-to-head in Game 7. And, you know, getting big wins. So no matter what, you know, you lose the game. But at the end of the day, we worked extremely hard our whole life for this moment, right? So I wanted everybody to live up this moment, to feel this moment, to cherish this moment, you know, because we are built for this. That's why we are here. You know, no matter the pressure, no matter what's going on, we are built for this.
All right, Brandon, I got to ask you, are you surprised Kevin Durant's 48-point performance wasn't enough to get the Brooklyn Nets past the Bucks in that Game 7?
Oh, Jenna, what am I going to do with these jerseys? I bought all these jerseys. What am I going to do now? This is unbelievable. It wasn't supposed to go down this way. Am I surprised? I'm not surprised. Look, KD, Nash, James Harden, Kyrie, they can't make excuses for themselves. They can't do it. As a player, as a coach, you can't do it. You got to sit up there and you got to say, you know what? Congratulations to the Bucks. They played their tails off. KD did that after the game. He said, we got to make sure we pay respect to them because it was a hard-fought series. But I can make excuses for them, and I don't even know if it's an excuse. It's the reality. We're talking about the Nets team. We're talking about a Nets team that dealt with a rash of injuries from day one. The only reason why they had a chance was because of those three and what they brought to the table offensively together. Now, if they were able to sacrifice, if they were able to make sure that somebody was going to come out and say, you know what, I'm not going to dominate the ball. Go ahead, James. Go ahead, Kyrie. And they did that when they played. Now, it was only a few times. So here's the deal. The Bucks are the only team with the fewest missed games due to injured players. That's the reality. They were super healthy, and the Nets weren't. When you look at all the contenders out there this year, whether it's the Lakers and then other teams out there, everyone dealt with the same thing all year. So they were the ones that was able to stay healthy. It's the war of attrition. And then on the other side, you got KD. KD was a one-man army. James Harden, God bless his soul. But here's the deal. You were out there, buddy, and I love James Harden. I have so much respect for him to coming out in Game 5 and doing what he did. But the reality is, Game 6, Game 7, look, bro, we needed you to hit a couple threes when it mattered, and he didn't do that. but I still have love and respect for him. And then Joe Harris, I said this Friday, Joe Harris turned himself into Ben Simmons. I don't want to pile on there, but come on, bruh. You won a three-point shooting contest. You were the league leader in percentage from the three-point line. Like, come on. I don't even know what it is now, Nick, but I know coming into this game, he was what? He missed 19 of 23 threes. I don't even know what he ended up with at the end of the series. So, Nick, go ahead and pile on all you want. You can crush me all you want. I know I was high on the Nets. But go ahead. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Brandon,
but make sure you deal with the reality. The reality, yeah. Pile on, buddy. Go ahead.
Listen, here's the reality. Here's the reality. Kevin Durant is a singularly brilliant basketball player. And if the Brooklyn Nets were one possession better Saturday night, they, given all the injuries, given the fact that they have a coach who is figuring it out, and that's being kind, on the fly, given everything, if they were one possession better Saturday night, they would be right now the overwhelming title favorites.
That's right.
Chris Paul's in COVID protocol. Kawhi Leonard's knee is, we don't know. And the Atlanta Hawks are on the other side of the bracket. Kyrie Irving would not be gone for the rest of the season. James Harden, even though he continued his career-long streak of being awful from three in elimination games, he's obviously getting healthier. They needed to be one possession better, and they weren't. And it's not KD's fault. I'm not going to do the thing that we would do to LeBron and be like, well, he had a brilliant game until the very end, and so 0 for 6 in overtime, kill him. No. Kevin Durant did anything and everything a guy could do to win that game Saturday night. He just needed a little bit, either from his co-star James Harden or his coach Steve Nash. He got nothing from either of them. Harden in the final 20 minutes of this game took 6 threes. He was 1 of 6 prior to the final 20 minutes. He was 1 of 6 in the final 20 minutes, and the one he made banked in. He also had a killer turnover. Up 4 in transition, chance to go up 6 with 4.5 minutes left. And he tried to feed KD through a 40-foot pass that needed to be a 50-foot pass. The Bucks come down. The end of the third quarter. And I hammered this Friday. The Nets, end of the second quarter, got outscored 4-0 in the final, or 6-0 in the final few seconds. And in the third quarter, when the Bucks went on an 8-0 run in the final minute until the KD layup to close the quarter, here were the Nets' possessions. Harden turnover, Harden missed 3, Harden missed 3, Harden missed 3. Can't have it. Can't have it. And so KD's 48-point performance should have been enough. And Wilds, I know, listen, obviously, if Kevin Durant's foot's behind the line, and this is a true fact, shout out to the Twitterverse for finding this anecdote. Kevin Durant is a size 17 shoe in real life. He wears size 18 in basketball games. He talked about it. He said he feels better in a bigger shoe. That's why it always slips off. So literally, if he was wearing the right size shoe, the Nets are going to go to the conference finals and be right now the favorites to win the title. Yeah. But in overtime, Wilds, had they gotten up 4, I felt like it would have been over. They had 7 chances, up 2, to get a 2-possession lead, and really, because the Bucks were as exhausted as the Nets. And KD missed a bunch of shots. That happens. Harden missed some bad shots, had a bad turnover. And now all of a sudden, you're 2 years in to the KD Kyrie era, 1 year into Harden, and you've won 1 playoff series. That wasn't the plan.
Okay. Brandon, I have good news for you, and I have bad news for Nick. The good news for you, Brandon, is that you should be upset. It's about, 7:40. That's it. That's as long as you should be upset. Because I have never been more optimistic about the Brooklyn Nets. The fact that the team was built around the big 3, and you had a big 1.5, maybe a big 1 1/8, and still took it to Game 7 to overtime, should make you feel great. Because here's the good news. KD somehow got to another level on a repaired Achilles. He didn't just the big question coming into the season was, hey, is KD going to get back to here? Somehow, a two-time finals MVP went to here. We also know that championship teams, what do we always say they need to go through? And the Nets said it all year. They got to go through some adversity. Well, they got plenty of adversity. They had adversity in the regular season, and we just saw them go through some adversity now.